8 o'clock.
Good morning, Mr. Cox.
Come in.
Oh, sir, you've had your hair cut.
Cut? It strikes me I've had it mowed. It's very kind of you to mention it, but I'm sufficiently conscious of the absurdity of my personal appearance. I look as if I've been cropped for the army.
Ah, the army. I recollect when I was in the militia.
And now he's off on his hobby.
Ah, yes, we was mounted on charges. I recollect upon one occasion being seated firmly in the saddle for around 8 hours, yes. I don't recollect being able to sit down for a considerable period afterwards. Good horse. We sounded the trumpet, we beat the drum. Somehow the enemy didn't come. So I gave up my horse in Her Majesty's force, and there wasn't a foeman to meet with the yeoman, and so no invasion threatened the nation. There wasn't a man in the rear of the van who found an occasion. There wasn't a man in the rear of the van found an occasion to sing. Rat-a-plan, 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 plan, 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 rat-a-plan, plan, plan, rat-a-plan,
Yes, this is what comes of having one's hair cut. And now I'm off. By the by, Vanster, I wish to understand why it is that I frequently find my apartment full of smoke.
Why, I suppose the chimney,
The chimney does not smoke tobacco. I'm speaking of tobacco smoke.
Why, sir, the gentleman in the attic is hardly ever without a pipe.
Oh, then you mean to say that this gentleman's smoke, instead of emulating the example of all other sorts of smoke and going up the chimney, thinks it proper to effect a singularity by taking the contrary direction.
Why, yes, sir,
I suppose the gentleman to whom you are referring is the individual whom I invariably encounter coming upstairs when I'm going down, and coming down when I'm coming up.
Why, sir, actually...
From his outward appearance, I should set him down as being connected with the printing interest.
Yes, sir, good morning.
Stay, Bouncer, stay, to meet has occurred, and now's the time with you to have a word.
What can he mean? I tremble, I tremble.
Listen,
With pleasure.
now calls is calls, as sure as eggs is eggs. Coals haven't souls no more than they have legs. But as you will admit, the case is so. Legs or no legs, my coals contrive to go, contrive to go, contrive to go. But as you will admit, the case is so that legs or no legs, my coals contrive to go, contrive to go.
Well, I should say, or as it seems to me,
Exactly.
quite so.
Then we both agree.
As we agree, good day.
I've something more to say. It is not only my cause that seem to flee, but my matches, candles, sugar, and tea.
Mr. Cox, Mr. Cox, my feelings overpower me. That his lodger, his friendly lodger, should once suspect that Bouncer is a lodger. As who takes your calls, tea and all that, it must have been.
Oh no, it was not the cat.
Rataplan, rataplan, I'm a military man, rough honest, I hope, though unpolished, and I'll bet you a hat that as to the cat in the army's abolished.
Rataplan, you're a military man, honest I hope, though I doesn't care, and as to the cat, the treacherous cat, if it isn't in the army, don't tell it here.
Rataplan,
Rataplan,
rataplan, rataplan, rataplan, rataplan, rataplan, rataplan, rataplan, rataplan, rataplan, rataplan, I'm a military man.
Rataplan, he's a military man.
I'm a military man.
He's a military man.
A military man. Rataplan, I'm a military man. Honest, I hope that I ought to appear. And as to the cat, the treacherous cat, it isn't in the army and we won't hurt it. Rataplan, he's a military man. He's a military man. He's gone at last. I was in fear Mr. Box should come in before Mr. Cox went out. Luckily, they've never met yet. They're not likely to either, for Mr. Box is hard at work in a printing office all night long, doesn't come home till morning, and Mr. Cox is hard at work making hats all day long, doesn't come home till night. So I'm getting double rent for my room. None of me lodgers is any the wiser for it. And if they ask me any awkward questions, I'll just put them off by singing. Oh, but I haven't a moment to lose. Let me put Mr. Cox's things out of Mr. Box's way. Hello.
Why don't you keep your own side of the staircase, sir?
It wasn't my fault, sir.
It was as much your fault as mine, sir. I say it was as much your fault as mine.
Dear Mr. Box, what a temper you're in, to be sure. I declare you are quite pale.
Well, what colour would you have a man be who's been setting up long leaders for a daily paper all night?
Certainly, sir.
Stop! Can you inform me who the individual is that I invariably encounter going down the stairs when I am coming up, and coming up the stairs when I am going down?
Why, yes, sir. The gentleman in the attic, sir.
Ah, there's nothing particularly remarkable about him, except his hats. I meet him in all sorts of hats. White hats and black hats, hats with broad brims and hats with narrow brims. In short, I have come to the conclusion that he must be associated with the hatting interest.
Why, yes, sir. That's why they told me he took the hatticks. Well, Mr. Box, will you be wanting anything more of me?
On the contrary, I've had quite enough of you. It's quite extraordinary the trouble I always have to get rid of that venerable warrior. He knows I'm up all night, yet he seems to set his face against my indulging in a horizontal position by day. Now, let me see. I have a rasher of bacon somewhere. Here it is. And a penny roll. What luck. Now to light the fire. Oh. Now, upon my life, this is too bad of Bouncer. I had a whole box full 3 days ago, and now there's only one. Bouncer's been using my gridiron. The last article of consumption I cooked upon it was a pork chop, and now it is powerfully impregnated with the odour of red herrings. How sleepy I am, to be sure.
always punctual, always in business, unpunctuality, even sight is in his eyes such a crime that on surely my business shop, I thought there'd be the devil to pay. Shop, I thought there'd be the devil to pay. My aged employer, with his physiognomy shining from soap like a star in astronomy, said, Mr. Cox, you'd oblige me and honour me if you would take this as your holiday. If you would take this as your holiday. Visions of Brighton and back end of Rocheville, cheaper excursions already. The squash I feel feeling, the rain put on my mackintosh I will. Now for my breakfast, my light déjeuner. Now for my breakfast, my light déjeuner. I bought some mutton chops, so I shan't want any dinner. Where is it? Oh, gracious, I forgot the bread. Hello, what's this? A roll like Claire. Come, that's lucky. Now to light the fire. Why, it's empty. I left one in it, I take my oath I did. And the fire is lighted. Where's the gridiron? On the fire, I declare. What's that on it? Bacon? Bacon it is. Well, upon my life! There is a quiet coolness about Bounce's proceeding that's almost amusing. He takes my last match, my coals and my gridiron to cook his breakfast by. No, I can't stand this. Come out of there. Now, for my breakfast things.
I wonder how long I've been asleep. Goodness gracious, my bacon! Hello, what's this? A chop? Whose chop? Bounce says I'll be bound. He thought to cook his breakfast while I was asleep, with my coals and my gridiron. But where's my bacon? Oh. Here it is. Shall I curb my indignation? Shall I falter in my vengeance? No. Sorry, madam. Now, for my breakfast things.
Oh, gracious, my chop. Hello, what's this? Bacon again! Confound it! Dash it, damn it! I won't stand this. Sorry, madam. Who are you, sir? Tell me who.
If it comes to that, sir, who are you?
Who are you, sir?
What's that to you, sir?
What's that to you, sir?
Who, sir? You, sir?
Who are you, sir?
Who are you, sir?
Tell me who, sir?
Tell me who, sir? Who are you, sir? Tell me who, sir? Who are you, sir? Tell me who are you, sir?
Yes, 'tis the printer. Yes, 'tis the hatter. Yes, 'tis the Planter, snaker, natter, leave the room, or else shall I vainly struggle with the fire.
What are you doing in my room, sir?
Your room, little match your bent. Here is my receipt for rent.
Your receipt is very fine. If it comes to that, sir, here is mine.
Immediately turn out that printer.
Gentlemen, please.
Explain. Whose room is this?
Doesn't it belong to me?
No.
There. You hear, sir? It belongs to me.
No. Belongs to both of you.
Both of us?
Gentlemen, don't be angry, but you see, this gentleman only being here in the daytime, and this gentleman at night, I thought I might venture until my little back second floor room is ready.
When will your little back second floor room be ready?
But tomorrow, gentlemen.
I'll take it.
So will us.
Stop. Excuse me, gentlemen, if you both take it, might just as well stop where you are.
True.
Now, don't quarrel, gentlemen. I'll see if I can't get the room ready this very day.
What a disgusting position.
Will you allow me to observe, sir, if you have not had any exercise yet today, you'd better go out and take it.
I shall do no such thing, sir.
Very well, sir.
Very well, sir. No, but don't let me prevent you from going out.
Don't flatter yourself, sir. I shall retire to my pillow.
I beg your pardon, sir. I cannot allow anyone to rumple my bed.
Your bed? Hardly, sir. Can you write?
No, sir.
No? Well, come on then.
Sit down, sir, or I shall instantly call police.
I say, sir.
Well, sir.
Although we are doomed to occupy the same room for a few hours longer, I see no reason for us to be cutting each other's throat, sir.
Not at all, sir. That is an operation I should decidedly object to.
After all, I've no violent animosity against you, sir.
Well, nor do I have any rooted antipathy to you, sir.
Besides, it was all Bouncer's fault anyway.
Entirely, sir.
Very well, sir.
Very well, sir. Do you sing, sir?
I sometimes dabble in a serenade.
Then dabble away.
The buttercup dwells on the lowly mead, the daisies bright to see, the bright afford of the eyes that read the thoughts in the heart of me. I come by night, I come by day, I come in the morn to sing my lay. I know my notes, I count each bar. I've learned a tune on the gay guitar,
and I play on the concertina. The concertina too.
Fiddle-diddle-dum,
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 fiddle-diddle-dum.
fiddle-diddle-dum, 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 fiddle-diddle-dum,
I come by night, I come by day, come in the morn to sing my lay. I know my notes, I count each bar, and the tune on the guitar, on the Have you read this month's branch?
No, my wife wouldn't let me.
Your wife?
That is my intended wife.
Oh, well, that's the same thing. I congratulate you.
Oh, thank you. You needn't disturb yourself, sir. She won't come here.
Oh, I understand. You have a snug little establishment of your own here on the sly. Cunning dog.
No such thing, sir. I repeat, no such thing, sir. But my wife, that is my intended wife, happens to be the proprietor of a considerable number of bathing machines.
Huh? Where?
At a favourite watering place. How curious you are.
Oh, not at all. Well.
Consequently, in the bathing season, which luckily is rather a long one, we see but little of each other. Are you married?
Me? Why, not exactly.
Ah, happy bachelor.
Why, not precisely.
Oh, I'm so sorry, a widower.
No, not absolutely.
You'll excuse me, sir, but at present I don't exactly understand how you can help being one of the three.
Not Helen.
No, sir, not you nor any other man alive.
Ah, well, that may be. But I'm not alive.
You'll excuse me, sir, but I don't like joking upon such subjects.
But I am perfectly serious, sir. I've been defunct these last 3 years.
Will you be quiet, sir?
If you do not believe me, I shall refer you to a very large, numerous, and respectable circle of disconsolate friends.
My dear sir, my very dear sir, if there should exist any ingenious contrivance whereby a man, on the eve of committing matrimony, can leave this world and yet stop in it, I should be very glad to know it, sir.
Well, then there's nothing more easy. Do as I did.
I will. What is it?
Drown yourself.
Will you be quiet, sir?
Listen. Long ago it was my fate to captivate a widow at Ramsgate.
But 'tis odd to state the same at Margate ditto.
By her not liking to be kissed, I thought I'd better try to. In the lifeguard or blues enlist,
How odd, and so did I too.
I was not tall enough, they said.
Short they said of me.
The infantry I entered
And I the infantry.
my widow offered to purchase my discharge from the marching line. Oh,
That odd coincidentally the very same did mine. Oh,
I hesitated to consent. For my consent she waited. I gave it.
away
The day drew near, at length we hoped it would be sunny. I found I needed all my strength to face the ceremony. I suddenly found out I was unworthy to possess her. I told her so at once, because I feared it might distress her. Before the words were out of my mouth, there came from the north and flew to the south as something that came unpleasantly near. Clattering, spattering, battering, shattering, dashing, clashing, smashing, flashing, crouching, snapping, whizzing past my ear. It shattered itself on the mantelpiece. Whop!
What was it?
A tremble, the basin cold slop. It fell at my feet, it would have put the back of a man that was ever so meek up. Being thus baited, I retaliated, and heard that my widow a crockery teacup.
Between you then there was a fraction,
and I was threatened with an action.
Proceed.
One morn, when I had finished my ablution, I took
A walk.
closer a resolution. Friend or foe, none suppose, nobody knows what I doze. I tie up my clothes, my shirt and my hose, my socks for my toes, my linen for nose. I think of my woes, and under the rose I pack up my bundle, and off I goes.
I see you left in a tiff.
Listen, I solemnly walked to the cliff, and singing a sort of a dulcet dirge, put down my bundle upon the verge, heard the wild seagull's mournful cry, looked all around, there was nobody nigh, none but I on the cliff so high, and all save the sea was bare and dry. And I took one look on the wave below, and I raised my hands in an agony throe, and I stood on the edge of the rock so steep, and I gazed like a maniac on the deep. I cried, farewell, farewell to earth. Farewell, farewell to the land of my birth. Farewell, farewell to my only love, to the sea below and the sky above. With a glance at the sea of wild despair, I cried, I come. My bundle lay there.
Just there.
Yes, just there. At the edge, where the Coast Guard's way was chalked. Then away! In the opposite way I walked.
Captain Plan, I've listened with attention. I think that I should like to try your wonderful invention. What a clever man, what a capital plan. I've listened with attention. I think that I should like to try your wonderful invention. Creature, you disappeared. Your bundle was found.
Exactly. And inside the bundle was also found a piece of paper with these affecting farewell words. This is thy work, O Penelope Ann.
Penelope Ann. Penelope Ann?
Penelope Ann.
Originally widow of William Wiggins.
Originally widow of William Wiggins.
Proprietor of bathing machines.
Proprietor of bathing
At Margate.
At Ramsgate.
Then it must be she. Then you, sir, you are Box, the lamented long-lost Box.
I am.
And I was about to marry the interesting creature whom you so cruelly deceived.
Ah, then you are Cox.
I am.
I congratulate you. I give you joy. And now I think I'll go and take a stroll.
Oh, no, you don't. I'll not lose sight of you until I've restored you to the arms of your intended.
My intended? You mean your intended?
No, sir, yours.
How can she be my intended now that I am drowned?
You're no such thing, sir. I prefer presenting you to Penelope, and permit me then to follow the generous impulse of my nature. I give her up to you.
Benevolent being, I would not rob you for the world. Good morning, sir.
Stop!
Unhand me, Hatter, or I shall cast off the lamb and assume the lion.
Go!
And if so, you know the consequences, sir. Instant satisfaction, sir.
With all my heart, sir. Bouncer! Bouncer!
What is it, gentlemen?
Pistols for two.
Yes, sir.
Stop! Keep loaded firearms in the house.
Oh, no, they're not loaded.
Then produce the murderous weapons instantly.
Why do you object to marrying Penelope Ann?
Because I can't abide her. But you'll be very happy with her.
Happy? Don't be absurd, sir. I won't have her.
Never will I.
I have it. Suppose we toss a coin for the lady, eh, Mr. Cox?
That seems fair enough, Mr. Box.
Or perhaps we should draw lots.
Both are acceptable.
Both it is.
I can't find the pistols, gentlemen, but I brought you a letter, Mr. Cox. It came by the general post yesterday. I'm sure I don't know how I came to forget it. I put it very carefully in this here pocket.
And you kept it very carefully in this here pocket.
I do hope you'll forgive me, sir. By the by, I paid twopence for it, sir.
Oh, did you? Then I do forgive you. Oh, Margate. The postmark decidedly says Margate.
Doubtless a tender epistle from Penelope Ann.
Then read it, sir.
Me?
Of course. You don't suppose I'm going to read a letter from your intended?
My intended? It's addressed to you. C-C-O-X.
Would you say that's a C? Looks to me more like a B.
Nonsense, sir. Open it.
Goodness gracious!
Goodness gracious!
Margate, August the 10th. Sir, I hasten to convey to you the intelligence of a melancholy accident which has bereft you of your intended wife.
Poor Mrs. Wiggins went out for a short excursion in a sailing boat. A sudden and violent squall soon after took place, which it is supposed upset her, as she was found 2 days afterwards, keel upwards.
Poor woman!
The boat, sir. As her man of business, I examined her papers and soon discovered her will. The following extract will, I have no doubt, be satisfactory to you. I hereby bequeath my entire property to...
My intended husband. Excellent, but unhappy creature.
Generous, ill-fated being.
And to think I was about to toss for such a woman.
To think I was to stake such a treasure on the hazard of chance.
Mr. Box, I can't sufficiently thank you for your sympathy.
Mr. Cox, I'm sure you couldn't feel more. Even if she had been your own intended.
If she'd been minded, she was my own intended.
Oh, come now, I like that. Didn't you just very properly observe that I proposed to her first?
To which you replied very sensibly that you'd come to an untimely end.
The fortune's mine!
I know!
Another letter, Mr. Cox. Twopence more.
I forgive you again. Another from Margate. Good
Goodness gracious!
Gracious goodness!
Happy to inform you, false alarm.
Mrs. Wiggins was intended...
Picked up by a steamboat.
Carried into Boulogne.
Returned here this morning.
We'll start by early train tomorrow.
And be with you at 10 o'clock. Exact.
Cox, I congratulate
Cox,
you.
I give you joy.
You give me joy, but didn't you just very properly observe that she was, in fact, your intended?
No, yours. If I've told you once or told you 1,000 times, she is your...
There's no mistaking her. It's Penelope Ann!
Mr. Cox! I've just stepped out. Bye.
I've a letter for you, sir.
And the lady?
Gone, sir.
Don't give it to me. Goodness gracious!
Gracious goodness!
Mr. Cox, dear Mr. Cox, pardon my candour.
But being convinced that our feelings, like our ages, do not reciprocate...
I hasten to apprise you of my immediate union with...
Mr. Knox! 3 cheers for Knox!
3 cheers for Knox! Marvellous.
The little back second floor room is quite ready, gentlemen.
I don't want it.
Nor do I.
What shall part us?
What shall tear us asunder?
Fox.
Cox!
You'll excuse the apparent insanity of my remark, but the more I gaze on your features, the more I am convinced that you are my long-lost brother.
The very observation I was going to make to you.
Tell me, mercy, tell me, do you have such a thing as a strawberry-shaped birthmark on your left arm?
No!
Then it is he!
The house will hold us,
And 2 good lodgers, Dancer gets hell in his arms and fold us.
Rattle-plan, 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 plan, plan, plan.